Hi everyone and welcome. Today I'm very excited to bring to you a quick tutorial on the method that I use to fix my Mafex BvS Superman. And I'm hoping you guys are able to see what I'm talking about. It's basically the skin tone color. So hopefully this video is helpful along the way. Now, if you actually have one, you will notice, or if you see any other reviews online, you will notice that the paint job showed that Superman or Henry Cavill was very tanned. And I'll show you an example. This is the color that he was originally. As you can see, he's very tanned, and as you can see, the difference here is way better. And how did I fix this was the easiest thing I can figure out, and this is how I did it. Basically, I was looking at the original head sculpt and I was like, this guy's way too tanned. And then I looked on the inside and I noticed that the original mold of the skin tone color can be seen inside, and it was actually like a light pink, very light pink. Excuse me. And so what I realized is that the color on here is just been added on, and it actually can be taken off using lacquer thinner. And using the lacquer thinner, I was able to actually erase the entire skin tone, even the eyebrows, minus the lips and the eyes, because on this one, as you can see, the eyes are painted on, and the eyes on these aren't painted that greatly. One looks like it's higher than the other, and so it kind of looks odd. But then once I took out the paint, I left the lip color on, and then the eyes, and I just added the eyebrows. A little bit much thinner eyebrows, not too thick, but it looks way better to me. And as you can see, the sculpt is there. It looks really good. And Henry Cavill himself is not a very tan person. He's very pale. And this is actually the correct skin tone color that he needs to be. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to take the paint off of this guy. Repaint him with red eyes so that he has the actual red eyes that he has for his heat vision, and his eyebrows on, and the rest of his hands, and we'll see how that turns out. Now for this, I'm going to be taking off the paint on this heat vision face sculpt of Henry Cavill. And the tools that I'm going to be using is, I'm going to be using a very Q-tip that's much more thinner at the edge. As you can see, these are from the ones right here. They're the Swisspers Nail Care, and I bought this at Walmart, and there's only 75 applicators of these. They're somewhat expensive, but trust me, it's better to buy these than to buy the regular ones, because these ones have the tip that will actually help you get inside the detail and not get too much into the eye to take off the paint. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dip our applicator or Q-tip into the lacquer thinner, which will help us take off the paint, and we're going to slowly but surely take off the paint. So you can see it's starting to take it off, and it's already taking it off right there. So we're just going to keep doing that until we take off most of this paint everywhere. Just slowly go over it. Take your time. Don't rush it, because rushing causes these problems where you'll paint off something that you don't want to take off. And once you feel like this side is already starting to have too much paint, just use the other side and add more of the lacquer thinner. Now you want to avoid as much as possible the hair from paint, because you don't want to unpaint the hair, because that will be problematic. Now I'm gonna take off at least most of this, and we'll see how it ends up going. As you can see, I have actually already taken off the paint on half of the face, and that is a huge difference. I hope the camera's picking that up. I tried as best as I can to avoid the eyebrows, because I like the way the eyebrows came out. On the other one, it came out as a unibrow, so I had to repaint them, but these are pretty good. So as you can see, there's a difference in color, and it looks way better on this end. And like I said, using the applicator, I was able to get in around the eyes and around the nose and stuff, and I avoided taking off the paint on the lips because the lips actually are really good. You just need to take off as much paint as you can, and it's a very long process, but take your time, take off the paint, and as you can see, it'll look really great, and therefore you'll have a Superman that'll look the way he's supposed to look. So I'm just going to take off the rest of the paint of this, and then we're going to focus on repainting the eyes. Alright, now as you can see, I've already fully taken out all of the tan paint on the face of Superman, and it looks way better now. Now I wasn't able to get certain areas because they're very like inside the nostrils or inside the ears, but it's okay because that gives a little bit more depth with the color variation. So now you have a much more nicer looking figure, and because Mafex does a great job in the scope, you can see more of the expression on his face where the paint was covering it up. Now you can see much more certain features like the cheekbones. You can see more of the frown, the brow area, how he's angry. You can just see much more depth into that. And I also started doing the hands. As you can see, the one on the left is the one that I've taken the paint off, and the one on the right, let's see if I can focus better. The one on the left is the one that I took the paint off, and the one on the right is the tanned one. So you can see the difference, and it looks way better. So that's what you can do to the hands too, so that they all match up in color. Now the final thing I'm going to end up doing now is I'm going to repaint the eyes with the red color to make it more accurate to his heat vision being red, because it doesn't look like he's got heat vision. It looks like rather he's just got no eyeballs or pupils or whatever you call it. But hopefully this will come out great. The color that I'm going to be using is Master Acrylic Guards Red. It's a gloss red, so it'll make it look very shiny. So it'll hopefully make it look a little bit better, and it'll pop more with the ability of reflecting light. So let's see how this goes. It's going to be tough on the camera, but we'll try it. I want to just do it slightly on there, not too much. If anything, just want to dab it on. That's actually looking pretty good. On the other side, this is really tough. I put a little bit too much there, but the key is always go little by little. I feel like I really did add too much paint on that eye. Alright, I'm going to have to repaint the right one a little bit or take some off. But it looks actually way better now. Looks like he's got that heat vision going on. So let it dry off and fix it up later. So here we have the finished product. It is new eyes painted red for the Superman head, and it looks really great. I really like it. I did have to clean up a little bit underneath the eye using the same methods to take off the paint on the face with the Q-tip, which is why I love using those Q-tips, because they're very thin, pointed, and it's easy to narrow and find the place that you want to use it. So now Superman looks way better, very angry, and now I can actually swap the head. If I can do that, put the angry face on. Now Superman will look angrier, like he's about to shoot his beams out at you. Looks pretty good. Looks more of the version from how it's supposed to look like on the promo shots, except with the red eyes. So yeah, that's the finished product on that. One thing I did forget to mention, I do want to mention before I forget, when wanting to take off the paint off of the skin tone, the only places that you can use the lacquer thinner will be the hands, the face, and the neck. Do not use it on the body because that's already painted over, and the actual paint mold of this color of the mold on this is blue. So I highly recommend you don't paint that. If you do want to paint the area here in front of the chest, right here, I would use the model color from Vallejo, basic skin tone. It's the closest I can find to match this, at least in some way. But yeah, that's the look of him at the end. So there you go, guys. I also wanted to mention that after looking at the video through the lens, you were able to see that there were some areas that I didn't quite get all the paint off, so hopefully I was able to get it off more. And I also ended up repainting a little bit of the hair with a little bit more of a dark brown, so that it looks a little bit more natural color than just jet black or something. But I am very happy with the results of this figure, and I'm hoping that this is gonna be something that you guys are able to do for your own figures, and that it's helpful, because this is a great figure. And I wanted to say thanks a lot for checking this video out. If you have any questions, please comment in the bottom. If you like the video, push the like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later on.